What's going on, Rance? In this video, I'm going to be going over all the basic controls and other things for police. This is for new recruits or people coming from another server or whatever that don't currently know the controls on NXT RP, or just people who want to review the controls and get a bit of a better understanding on how to do everything if you're already an officer patrolling. So we'll start off with the simple shit. F1 is your phone menu. You'll start off with having to use your arrow keys and enter, but if you just go into settings, get under mouse control, you can turn on mouse control. There's nothing here that you really need too much. Obviously, phone and stuff is kind of helpful, but mostly as a cop, you just use your radio. You can use a valet, it does cost a fair bit, but if you're ever stranded or whatever, you can call in a car and it will drive one straight to you. Secondly is F2, that is our inventory and area pickup. So it shows everything in your inventory on the left hand side. Move that around, set the hotkeys, whatever. So you've got 4 hotkeys to work with here. And then over here is the vicinity around you. So if you're standing on stuff and you want to pick it up, when you search a vehicle or whatever, this will also show up with all the items inside of it over here. Using stuff is as simple as any other server. You just drag it on and use, or set it to the hotkey and then press the hotkey. Pretty straightforward. F3 is the car menu, so you can give out keys to people in your area, to any of your vehicles. I'm not in the vehicle, but you can mess with the windows, open the door, close doors, all that stuff. Engine on, engine off. There's also hotkeys, and you can do this to change your neon, or also known as underglow, to on and off, which obviously you don't have as an officer anyway. The F5 is one of the main menus. That's the action menu. So this has a lot of different things. You can change your walking style and your expressions. These are mainly just for roleplay and stuff. Then you got the K9. It's not currently in as a division yet, but there will be a K9 division for both BCSO and LSPDs. So you'll be able to summon your K9 and control what you want it to do with this. The extent it actually has, whether it can properly sniff out drugs or whatever, I'm not aware of yet. You can go into police actions, and this seems to be the smoothest menu. Whenever you use F5, everything here just seems to work. A lot of the other menus seem to glitch out a little bit. So if you're stuck and need to uncuff someone or want to change their cuff type, then it's best to use the F5, escort, uncuff, etc. You can also get to the MDT. Oh, that's perfect timing, isn't it? Alright, well, perfect timing for the tsunami to kick in and the alarm to go off. But anyway, you can get to your MDT, which we'll go over later. You can do a GSR test to check if someone's fired, revive people, deploy spike strips, impound vehicles, which currently isn't working. You can get their ID. Most of this stuff can be found in the next menu I'm going to show you, but it is good to have all this as a hotkey, and it's definitely the smoothest menu. So then we go into the F6 menu, and you have citizen interaction, vehicle interaction, object spawner, jail menu, deploy spikes. This is the police interaction menu. So you go into citizens, and this will show you pretty much everything you saw in F5, but a little bit more, and it's easy to go through it all. So if you want someone's ID, you can take it through here. You can revive people pretty simply through here. Same, you can do the GSR test, search players. Sorry. There's hard cuff, soft cuff, hard cuff and uncuff, soft cuff and soft uncuff. Escort players, put players in vehicle, drag them out of the vehicle, fine, then you can decide what offense they have. If you want to give them a fine, say I want to give Duffy here a fine, you just select the one you want. Manage unpaid bills. You can look through someone's unpaid bills and manage license. Currently shows has a driver's license and a permit, and you can revoke those. Vehicle interaction is pretty straightforward. If there's no vehicle within your vicinity, you'll just see this, and then you can do a plate search. So our plate is XPG551. Hit accept. Oh, okay. Apparently there's no registered vehicle. Not sure what's going on there. If you stand next to it though, you get more options like lockpick. If you hit lockpick, it'll start like blowtorching the car. But you can also buy specific lockpicks where you lockpick it normally. You can impound through here, but obviously impound's bugged at the moment. And then if you hit vehicle info, it'll run the plates for you as well. But you do have to be pretty close to a vehicle. Object spawn, you can deploy cones or barriers. Jail menu, this is to jail the closest person obviously, so you do this, then you put in the minutes and it'll send the closest person. When you're doing this, you got to make sure you be careful of any officers nearby, because you can send It'll literally just send whoever's the closest to your character at the time, regardless of whether it's an officer or not. And we have seen that happen many times. You click on here and it'll deploy spike strips. That was probably not the best example, but it is what it is. With that being said, I will show you slash extra now, since our car is already pretty fucked. This isn't something you should abuse, but it does repair your car. So if you want to add lights or remove lights, you do slash extra one again. Maybe a slick top and there's back. That also fixes your wheels and stuff. Obviously don't do that when you're in a high intensity scenario, but if you just like at the PD or whatnot, or you want to role play, fixing a car and do some animations and stuff, then I don't really see why there would be an issue with that. You can do extra 3, that's for all the bumpers. Extra 4 will change another bumper at the front. And you can do that all the way through to like 20 or some shit, depending on your vehicle and how many add-ons it has. So the next thing we'll go over is F7, which is invoices. Pretty straightforward. You press that, shows invoices. You can hit F9 for your hotkeys. This is to cancel your emote hotkeys, sorry. So you can cancel emote here, change your walking style, your mood, which was in the menu earlier. Then you can also change emotes here, dance, prop, shared, keybinds, all that. And there's 335 of them to choose from, so a lot of different roleplay potential there. Next off, if you press F, or if you hold F10, you'll be able to see all the players' Steam IDs on the server and their ID above their head. And if you just tap it once, it'll toggle it on, as you can see above Duffy's head there in the car. Then you hit it again and it'll toggle it off. It is nice for when you're doing give keys or any other things you type commands with where you need their ID. P is the hotkey for the map. Pretty straightforward. That's basically the same as every other server. If you want to put your seatbelt on, you need to be in your vehicle and you'll hit K. That'll put your seatbelt on, and that's also a plate reader. So we don't have a car in the area, so I can't really show you, but it's the same as the plate search, which is in the MDT that I'll show you shortly. So you hit K with a vehicle pretty close in front of you, and it'll automatically run the plates for you. You hit Y to turn the engine on and off. So if I get back in the vehicle and hit Y, that's how you turn it on and off. Now we get to the police database, which is one of the more in-depth things. So you do slash MDT. You can also access this from your F5 menu. If you start at the home screen, you can see the recent reports that have been submitted by other officers, recent warrants out for people's arrest. You can see the recent searches and the recent vehicle searches. So that's just kind of like a dashboard that shows you all that stuff. It doesn't really matter unless you're trying to quickly look up someone that's just been reported, but the main things are search persons, search vehicles. So when you do the plate reader, it'll auto put the plate into this database. You better find who owns the vehicle and whatnot. Search persons is one of the main ones. So if you type in Patel, click search or whatever you want, you can click the name. You'll see all their convictions here. You can edit their profile and put notes on there. So you go like this, see notes, warned one time speeding, blah blah blah, and then you just hit save. From here you can revoke any of their licenses, you can take away any of their convictions and edit anything you need. You can also chuck a report on them, which will create a new report automatically for this specific person. All the incidents and details is in the police Discord, so any templates or anything you need, you can find it all in there. Currently we don't have a bolo system in place in the server, but if you go to the Discord app, then you'll be able to submit one in the specific bolo channel. You can then go to warrants. This shows the outstanding warrants. If you want to chuck a warrant on someone, you enter the notes here, enter the person, so we'll just say Patel, click search. We'll just click Scarlet for whatever. So yeah, so this will chuck a warrant out for the charge they have on them, and then you can just type notes, whatever, doesn't really matter. And then that will come in here, show you active warrants. So we've got Patel, we're seen driving, that's what they've written on it. This is when it was issued, shows the time and the date, and it expires after 1 week of being submitted. Here you can search through all the reports to find out information about people or exactly what happened in a scenario. This is obviously mainly used by command, but if you want to find out what happened in a specific thing, then this can be useful. So we go here, we can see they got a warrant out and they got charged with first-degree robbery and reckless evading by Harry Catraz. If you need to follow this up, you can contact Harry Catraz now because of this. So submitting a new report, pretty straightforward. Just put on whatever you want on them. So if he was negligent driving, loitering, jaywalking, and burglary, you do all that, and then obviously just copy paste the template and submit. The report doesn't actually specifically put anything on them. For the fine, you need to manually go into your fine menu, and you need to find them separately. So you go major offense, and then you type it out, what up. And then for the jail menu, that's also separate. So you just calculate the time. The times that are automatically set through the MDT aren't actually, the exact times. Currently, because the server's new, the max time's around 20 minutes. And, based on how long you've held them, whether they're honest, whether they're a good role player, things like that, you can change that. So jail closest person, obviously I showed off before. You can also remove someone from jail by hitting this and then going down and hitting them. This will also show you all the people currently in jail. So another thing you can do while in the vehicle is /livery. You can change the skin of the vehicle. So if you're PD and rolling with the sheriff and don't want to change cars or whatever, you can just do /livery 2 and /livery 1 for sheriff. I think they're the only two police skins currently, but if more come, then obviously that'll work the same. So for voice, there's not too much to it. Down the bottom right, you can see it says shouting whisper. You just hit Z for that, and it changes the distance you can talk. There's not currently a thing that shows how far they can actually hear you from, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Whispers right next to you, normal's kind of the vicinity, and yelling, they'll be able to hear you from a decent distance. Then you want your radio, so you can type /radio or just put it in a hotkey and then pull it out. And you can't really see over the chat too well, but it shows in the top left. So you can change your frequency with left and right, or you can do /frequency and then type in the number of the freak you want to be on. If you hit E, that's to turn the radio on and off. Tuffy's running back to PD. If you don't want the annoying noise that comes with the radio when you talk on it, then you can hit tab and it disables the mic clicks, and then you just turn it back on. And obviously you just hit caps lock to talk. So that's pretty much it for all the controls. If you need any more help, feel free to just message the highest person online or chuck a message in one of the two police discords or even the main discord, and I'm sure someone will be able to get to you and help you out. Or you can even message me privately. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.